All right, here now we have Mike Huckabee, former presidential candidate, Fox News contributor, also former governor. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of things going on today. We're just going to go around the horn. Let me start with Jeff Sessions, the breathless response to it. The man who's taking his place temporarily, who now folks are speculating is going to have a totally different approach, even though he's temporarily in there. What are your thoughts on all these changes at the Department of Justice?
You made the right call when you said the breathless reaction. I mean, people act like this is a shocker. This was coming. Anybody who didn't see it is as surprised as Alec Baldwin, not liking his parking place in Manhattan. Yeah. I mean, this was clearly something that was on the way. It was just a matter of when it was going to be. And the very Democrats, Melissa, who wouldn't vote for Sessions to be Attorney General, and they called him everything from incompetent to a racist, for heaven's sakes. Now they're so sad that he's leaving. They just can't believe that Donald Trump would get rid of him. That's absurd. So the president has a right to hire. He has a right to fire. People who serve in his cabinet do so at the pleasure of the president. And for a long time, this president hasn't had a lot of pleasure in the way that Jeff Sessions has served. So it's his right to do it.
So many news events since the election last night. Let me ask you about that crazy press conference that happened this afternoon, where a lot of reporters getting very fired up. Jim Acosta from CNN came out and took the microphone, took a lot of issue with the president. He spent a lot of time. I'm not sure if he ever asked a question. At some point, they got into a back and forth. And here, the woman whose job it is to pass the microphone and share with other reporters, which is not something Jim Acosta likes to do, sharing time with other reporters, came up to him to pass the microphone, which is her job, and he appears to have chopped her in the arm. The way the media is playing it, so some of the reports say tried to forcibly take the microphone from Acosta. Everybody knows you don't want to get in between him and a microphone, but that was her job, to pass it on. What did you think of this scene and frankly, the way that he's treated your daughter as well, Jim Acosta?
He's a bully. He's a bully. It's simple as that. And let's just put it this way. Suppose that Jim Acosta, had done that in a way, and he was a Republican candidate or office holder, and he had touched a woman in that manner, and she was a reporter. We would be hearing people just gnashing their teeth over this, but because he's Jim Acosta, the reporters circle their wagons around him. Melissa, I respect the fact the press has a right to ask the president any question they wish to ask, but they don't have the right to demand that he give them the answer that they want. So they ask the question, he gives an answer, and then he moves on. They don't have a right to own that platform. And that microphone, by the way, belongs to the White House. If Acosta wants an unrestricted platform, here's a suggestion for him. Jim, get your butt on the ballot, run for office, get elected, then it's your show. But until then, you have to have some respect for the office and the fact that there are other reporters in the room other than you.